welcome to Stampin' Up a Teeny. I'm so happy you're here catching this either live or a replay. Just taking a moment. I was cooking the kids' lunch, and I don't know what I have all over my thumb here. I don't know. I think we were making garbage bread. I think it's remnants of pizza dough. So, don't mind me. I was just noticing that. I'm like, you don't want to be seeing stuff I have on my thumb this whole video. And I also forgot to adhere down my grid paper, so I'm just going to do that quickly. I hope you all are well. Before I dive in, and as I'm doing this, I just wanted to remind you to head over to JaimieB.com. That's kind of my catch-all link. You'll find everything over there. In particular, you're going to find a link to my Fall Frenzy virtual retreat that is coming up kind of shortly, I guess, kind of. Hey, Susan. It's October 22nd and 23rd. It is a virtual retreat, so from the comfort and safety of your home, but with everything that you love about a retreat. There's product, there's make and takes, there's prize patrol, there's pillow gifts. So that will be October 22nd, 23rd. There is an early bird registration bonus, so to speak. So if you would like to get in on that, the extra bonus is an extra make and take in your kit, okay? And that closes September 4th, which I believe is this Friday. So if you are interested in this retreat, head over to JaimieB.com. You'll find a link for it there. Look at all the details. You'll see it all there. And then make sure you register by September 4th to get that extra make and take, okay? So that's my little plug for that. Today I am using the Pretty Pumpkins bundle in the mini catalog to make this really, I got corrected because Sharon, Susan, you're like, it's not simple. Maybe not simple, but it doesn't necessarily have a bajillion bells and whistles to it. So it is the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. Honestly, anything leaves, pumpkins, autumn, fall, I am all over. I want it all, and so this was like a no-brainer. I knew I had to have this bundle. I love this image here, although would you believe it? I haven't used it yet in the cards that I've made using this bundle, but so fun. I love how they have all these different images that you could kind of individually color with Stampin' Right markers. We're going to use a couple of the ones that we can color today, and really beautiful scripty sentiments. I love this Thankful for You, to gather together, and then if friends were pumpkins, I pick you. I actually have a home decor piece that says that. It coordinates with the gorgeous detailed pumpkin die. So again, Stamp Set has a product number, dies have a product number. You buy them together as a bundle that has a separate product number because that gets you 10% off. So make sure you buy it as a bundle. And my adhesive is always sticking. And we have some just really great, I already have the pumpkin one out. This, I think, is like my favorite part of the die. It cuts out this really beautiful die pumpkin. Just, oh, so fun. We have dies that coordinate with the stamped images, and then standalone ones like this pumpkin here will cut out. It's a really fun pumpkin. So if you love fall and all things fall and autumn, like I do, this has to make your wish list. It just has to. It's so fun, so pretty, and I absolutely knew I wanted to use it for a card today. Let me just kind of walk you through my thought process here. I love two things in cards, or in designs, or paper crafting. I love texture. Okay, so I'm getting texture from this embossed cardstock down here, the stitching in the rectangle, and then all the sort of, it's like texture, I guess. I'm going to call that texture there as well. So I love texture in my cards, and I also love sort of less is more colors. So I love to do white on white with like pops of color. So here I'm doing white on white with just, it's broken up by this gold foil here, which is, catches the light and makes it just so pretty. I love this card. Now, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, believe it or not, I ran out of gold foil. I know, I had just enough to do this card, and then there's no way I had enough. So, I'm using the, oh, I don't have my catalog out. Hold on. know what? I don't even know if I can find it quickly. Let me start in the back. I'm using the brushed metallic cardstock on page 32. There we go. Down here. We get bronze, copper, and gold. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm using the gold one today. I might be. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't think it's the bronze. Yeah, it's got to be the gold. It's a 12 by 12, and it's brushed metallic. So it has a different look to it than just our regular like foils. So that's what I'm using. So you'll have to let me know, A, if you can tell a difference between the two cards when all is said and done, and B, which one you like more. Okay? So let's start off with our card here, and I have for our card base thick whisper white. Oops, I don't have my, I know you're shocked that I don't have my phone folder out. Oh, but I know where it is. Half the time I usually don't know where it is. I knew where it was at least. This is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Anytime that you're using basic white as a card base, I highly, highly recommend using the thick basic white. It has just a little bit more oomph to it, and it stands up nicely. It won't implode. It really holds its form beautifully. Although you're not gonna, this is all going to be covered, because then I separately have a panel of 4 1/4 by 5.5 basic white, and I embossed it using the timber embossing folder. Now you might remember the pine wood planks one from a couple. Oh really? No. Hold on, I can shut my Bluetooth off. Is that better? You'll have to let me know if that's better. Goodness, I have no idea. I even made sure I was on Wi-Fi because I know that was the problem one time. I'm checking my device. I don't know. Everything looks fine. No, it's not better. Sounds like I'm talking through a fan. You know what's weird? I think something's wrong with my phone, because I was talking on the phone earlier and like my sound was weird. Oh gosh. Well, I'm going to keep going, and if you don't understand me, maybe you can at least watch. Because I'm already going, oh my gosh. This happened to my previous phone, and I ended up just getting a new one because the sound was botched in it, and I wonder if the same thing's happening. I can't, I'm on Wi-Fi. What is that? That was my Wi-Fi button I just turned off. Yeah, I can't think of anything that's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going. Sounds like I'm talking through a fan. Oh my gosh. I think the sound in my phone is going, because I was on the phone earlier and I could barely hear the person even though my sound was up. I got it for a second and then it went away. So if I do better. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I just hit a button. You'll let me know if that did anything. So this is the timber embossing folder. It's similar. That was it. I turned off my Wi-Fi that time. Usually it's like you want me on my Wi-Fi. No, I don't understand technology. I just don't understand any of it. And I am usually like, I can handle myself technology-wise, but this has me kind of beat. Okay. So here we go. This is the timber embossing folder. It's gorgeous. I love anything wood grain. I love wood grain paper and patterns and designs. And so of course, with an embossing folder, I had to have it. I love it because both the positive and the negative are beautiful and just kind of give a different, similar but different look. So that's what I used that. I embossed it. I highly recommend this embossing folder. It's just so fun, honestly. Well, everything's fun. Now, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I don't know how much more life this adhesive has, because I can see the red thing in there, but I have my refill ready. Oop, was that it there? Oh my gosh, it totally just died. I got one roll out of it, and then it died. Okay, hold on. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. So is it still not good, Susan? You guys said it was like, okay, it was better for like a moment. Hold on, I'm just going to switch out my Stampin' Seal. I need a refill. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking with steam. Okay, so we're going to just cover my card front. It was only better when the video was frozen. Oh my gosh. So like if I go like that, is it better? I do not understand this thing at all. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I may be looking at a new phone this weekend. I wonder if I should just cancel my Facebook Live tomorrow. Technology. I think my phone's going. I really do, because like I said the other day, or this morning, I was on the phone, and it's like I couldn't higher my volume up high enough. It was just really kind of muted. Okay, mine was just a little bit too big, so I just gave it a little trim. Okay, so next I have a basic white panel. Try restarting your phone before your next live. That sometimes fixes it. Okay, I restarted it yesterday. I wonder if that did it. I don't know. I'm going to continue, and if nothing else, you can see what I'm doing, and even though I'm muffled. I cut this out with the stitched rectangles dies. This is the 3 by like 4 3/8 size rectangle. And honestly, all this is just going to serve as like a background to my pumpkins. So it's literally just going to kind of go there. I do have the panel of that gold brushed foil that I cut out, and this measures 3 1/8 by 4 1/2, and that does just get matted one over the other. I should have stamped first in case I make a boo-boo. Okay, no pressure. When I stamp my sentiment, I gotta get it perfect. I'm not gonna push down too hard in case I have to pull that up. Okie dokie. So I have another panel, lots of white. We're using lots of white. I love it. White is my favorite. Of basic white. This is where I'm going to do my stamping. So I have the trio of pumpkins, and then I have the sort of trio of leaves, and I'm going to stamp them in Memento black ink. Oh, I'm so bummed about I'm going to have to redo the video and post it on YouTube then, I guess, because this is not salvageable, this quality of this video then. I'm stamping these in Memento black ink because I'm going to do some coloring, and when you use your Stampin' blends, you want to stamp in Memento black. Okay. And then I'm pulling out 3 colors of markers. I have soft suede, which you'll barely be able to see. I'm just using it kind of for the stem. Old olive for the leaves, and pumpkin pie for the let's start with the littlest bit first. So I'm going to start with my soft suede, my light, and I'm going to, hold on, I got to move my seat down a little bit, I'm too high. I pushed my seat up all the way so I can see the comments, but then I'm a little too far away to color. So this is just the stem and the soft suede. And then I'm going to come back with the dark and just add a little bit. I'm not even going to necessarily worry about how much I'm doing, just to give it a little bit of contrast. And then I'm going to blend it together. So obviously there's many different ways you can color, and the way you should color is whatever works for you. Honestly, there's a bunch of different methods and ways. And I'm going to use the old olive. But I tend to come first with the light color. Of course, all of our Stampin' blends come in a light version and a dark, and they come as a duo, so you buy the combination together. And then each marker has a fine tip, and then, I don't dare try that with the brush end. Fine tip and then a brush end. And what's great about these markers is you can really build the color. Oops, I totally colored outside the lines there. So I tend to start with the light, and then I come with the dark and just kind of add some low lights and contrasting. And, oh, I gotta do the little swirls. Whoa, that's too big. Oh, you know what? I used the light in my sample. Oh boy. The sound totally threw me off. It's messing with my head. There we go. And then I come back with the light and I just kind of blend the color. Okay. I didn't do any of these ahead of time. I figured I would do it all on camera, but maybe I should have done it ahead of time, given the state of my sound right now. So as I'm doing this, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite season? Mine is fall, and so I'm just as giddy as a kid could be in a candy store with fall right around the corner. I love the changing leaves. I love apple picking and then making fresh homemade apple pie with the kids. Every year we go to the same apple orchard, and they have this little spot that like measures the kids' height. And so, gosh, since they were little, I think my youngest is probably like 3, maybe even 2. We've gone to this apple orchard, and so I have literally the progression of them growing all those years, and we've gone there every year, and every year I get their picture in the same spot, and so we can kind of compare them growing and getting taller each year. I just look forward to it so much. And then there's another like pumpkin patch that we usually go to that's sort of local to us as well. It's about an hour's drive or so, and they have all sorts of fun things for the kids to do. I just love it so much. Oh, spring is your favorite? I do like spring. I do like spring. Okay, next I'm going to come with pumpkin pie, and I'm going to try and do this a little faster here, but I don't want to go too fast. I just love the cool nights, like when you have the windows open and like the cool breeze is coming through. Oh my goodness, I just love it so much. It just makes me so happy. I know all my summer loving friends are like, don't you dare. Oh, you were married in the fall, Terry? Oh my gosh, I would love to have gotten married in the fall. All my summer loving friends are like holding on to summer just about as long as they can, but honestly, I'm so ready for fall. I actually hate the heat, so summer is my least favorite season. I just cannot stand the heat. That's fun that you got married in the fall. I would have loved to have. We were supposed to get married. We were living abroad at the time that we got married, and we were supposed to get married, I think it was like December 28th or so here in the States. But my husband's visa, he's Peruvian, his visa didn't come in time, so we actually had to postpone the wedding because his visa was just taking too long. So we actually ended up getting married February 24th in winter, which is fine. It actually snowed the day before we got married, so there was snow on the ground, which I love, so I was happy. Okay, so I colored the whole pumpkins in the light pumpkin pie, and then I'm kind of doing like little, like low lights, not highlights because they're dark, along the kind of top and the bottom of the pumpkins, and you're going to see that there's already these like lines that Stampin' Up! Has incorporated into the pumpkin itself, and so I'm kind of using those as a guide. And then I'm going to come and just kind of almost go over the entire thing again, but I am going to leave part of it a little light. And as long as you're working fairly quickly, your color will blend. So if I were to put down color and then come back in an hour and try and blend them, it was very pretty, Terry. If I did the color and then came back in an hour and tried to blend them, they wouldn't. But while the ink is still kind of fresh and wet, they will blend. Okay, so thank you for your patience while I colored. I had fun coloring and talking about my wedding day, of all things. But now let's cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to use, this guy cuts out this one, and this guy cuts out the other one. And then these other guys here do coordinate with the other images. So that coordinates with that one, and this coordinates with, there's like 2 kind of different ones. One has 3 leaves, and one has like 1 in a bud. So every image has a coordinating die, which is brilliant. Thank you, Stampin' Up! I know a lot of you, aren't fans of fussy cutting. This would be hard to cut out with like those little dangly things. So yay for having dies. I'm going to cut these off screen here. I was just thinking about Amy saying, you should turn your phone off and on. Or I could just tell my husband I need to go get a new phone. I could just tell him mine has bit the dust and I need a new phone. That would work too. I would say I need it for my work. It's a need. It's not a want. It's a need. It's a need. I can't even say it with a straight face. Oh my glory. Okay, let's stamp the sentiment because if I mess this up, I'm going to have to pull this off and rework it. So this is the way, the sort of image of the sentiment. It's no way of really knowing if you're straight or not. And so what I like to do is I put my die right along my grid paper. Well, that's okay, Rosie. I guess my sound is weird anyway, so yeah, there's no way of fussy cutting that. So I put my block straight on my grid paper, and then I imagine like an imaginary line running underneath one of my sentiments, and it's not foolproof, so you're definitely going to want to test it. This would be easier if it was closer to my face. And then I try and imagine like a line running all the way under it, and then I do a little test. Okay, so I'm going to line it up as if I think it would be straight, and I think I'm pretty good, actually. I think that's actually really good. Let's see here. So I'm going to ink it up really well this time. I didn't really ink it up too well for my tester, but let's get that baby really inked. And hope I can do this straight or else I'm ripping off that gold and trying again. Is everybody nervous? I'm a little nervous. Oh, it's a little crooked. I don't think it's enough, though, to make me want to pull it off. It's like a smidge. It's a smidge off. But we're going to call it good enough. Is that all right if we call it good enough? I think you're okay if I call it good enough. I'm going to use some Stampin' dimension, just, like 6. Just some. Just a couple. A few. To adhere this to my card front. Oops. That looks good to you. Okay, if it looks good to you, Rosie, I'm not going to attempt to mess with it. It's like a smidge off, like a hair. But I think because it's also scripty, it's a little forgiving. You know what I mean? If this was like straight and didn't have all the swirls and curves and whatever, it would be more noticeable. Okay, so we're going to go straight down in the center. Maybe now you'll notice it's a little off. Okay. And then we're going to put this swirly guide kind of just above it. I think it's kind of neat that the L kind of fits right in that crook there. And so I'm going to put dimensionals. I think I want to use a mini one. A regular and then a mini one. And I'm going to, you don't want to put them at the very, very ends per se, because it's going to kind of overlap the edge and you don't want it hanging off. Okay, isn't that pretty how it kind of frames it in? I think that's really pretty. Okay, then our gold, hold on, do I have I do have my inverted tweezers. I just had to find them. I knew they were there. Just had to rummaging through my drawer. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down with liquid glue. I'm not going to hit every spot. The liquid glue, it's strong enough, so even if I just catch little bits of the pumpkin here, it will hold it all down and not make it go anywhere. I don't want to overdo it. So a little dab will do ya. And I kind of do have it hanging off just a little smidge. Remember, like when you're ever doing anything artistic, hold on, I'm going to grab my block. Whenever you're doing anything artistic, having it not fit perfectly inside is actually very appealing to the eye, having things kind of go off a little bit and not just be inside the box. So I'm using my block here to help me make contact. Okay, and then the pumpkins, we're going to go right next to it, but of course we're going to use more dimensionals because when in doubt, use dimensionals. I mean, is that even a question? 3 probably would have done it, but I put 4. Come on, there we go. Okay, and to use this, let's use this. I'm going to go right under there. Like, I don't know, how about there? That looks good, right? Okay, and then for the inside, I was going to do the If Friends Were Pumpkins. I've never used it before. Let's see, this one down here. And for this one, I need another block. I need, was this H? Oh, it is H. I tell ya. I think it was the second block I bought. That's how come I knew it was H. I'm going to do my same trick, and hopefully it works. Oh, thanks, Virginia. Appreciate it. I'm going to imagine a little fake imaginary line. And then we're going to do a little test to see how off I am. Ooh, that one's off. The if needs to go up a little bit. When in doubt, use the full-size dimensionals. Everybody has their preference, right? Okay, that's still a little off, but it's not horrible. We're gonna make it work. Okay, so I'm using the If Friends Were Pumpkins sentiment. Let's see. No pressure. When in doubt, I'm cutting another piece of basic white and covering it. Let's see here. The if needed to go up just a smidge. Oh, there we go. Now that one looks pretty straight. I tell you, my other one was a little wonky, but this one's kind of right spot on. And you know what we can do? I'm just thinking. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I got to get a piece of basic white. Don't go anywhere. So you know I've been like into doing envelopes lately, which is like unheard of because I never did envelopes before. But I guess once you start doing envelopes, you really do find how fun they are. And I really do like when you put the envelope in the mailbox. It looks really pretty. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to try this. We'll see if this works. I'm sure all of you are like, yeah, I do that all the time. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get all my stuff. Okay, so I have a 2 1/4 by 6. And I'm going to emboss it with the timber embossing folder, like so. So I'm keeping with like the very minimal color, sort of monochromatic. I emboss that with the timber embossing folder. You can see there. I'm going to take an envelope and then, oh yeah, we are so doing this. I'm excited. And then we're going to take one of our nifty-nifty envelopes, put some liquid glue on the flap, and then did I do the negative or did I do the positive? I did the negative, okay. And then we're going to decorate our envelope, again keeping with the sort of less color is more and monochromatic, white on white, which I love white on white, especially for Christmas cards, which I haven't done one yet. I'll have to do one soon. A white on white Christmas card. Oops, I think there's glue all over my finger. Knock over everything. And then trim away. Like so. And there we go. That's fun, isn't it? It matches the card. I love that. Can you see the texture that it adds to the envelope? I think that's so fun. Okay, so Pretty Pumpkins bundle. Definitely you're going to want to add this to your wish list. Now is a great time to go shopping with Celebration. You can earn your free product with just ordering your regular favorite items and kind of stocking up. Now's a great time. Again, head to JaimieB.com. You'll find all my links. You can place an order there. You can sign up for my Fall Frenzy event and lots of other fun goodies as well. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I apologize for the sound issue again. Hopefully I'll either get it worked out or get a new phone out of it. Either way, I'll let you know. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.